Humans rule the earth without competition. But we may be about to change that by creating something that surpasses us, our final invention, the most powerful tool, weapon, or perhaps even entity ever imagined, artificial superintelligence. It sounds like science fiction, so let's begin at the start. Intelligence is the capacity to learn, reason, acquire knowledge and skills, and use them to solve problems. It is the ultimate power, and we are the species that exploited it the most, so much so that humanity broke free from the rules of nature and took control of the planet. But getting here was anything but easy. For most creatures, intelligence is too energy-consuming to be worth it. Yet, if we trace intelligence across the evolutionary tree, we see it emerge in many forms. The first brains appeared in flatworms about 500 million years ago, just tiny clusters of neurons for basic bodily functions. Over hundreds of millions of years, life diversified, adapted to new environments, developed new senses, and faced fierce competition for survival. But in the wild, survival is everything, and brains are costly. Most animals evolved narrow intelligence tuned to a specific set of tasks. Yet in some environments, animals like birds, octopuses, and mammals evolved more complex neural structures. In their cases, it paid off to develop energy-hungry abilities like long-distance navigation or social communication. Then, around 7 million years ago, hominins appeared. Their brains started growing faster than those of their relatives. Something was different. Their intelligence slowly began shifting from narrow to general, from a simple screwdriver to a versatile multi-tool, capable of thinking about a wide variety of problems. 2 million years ago, Homo erectus viewed the world not just as it was, but as something to understand and reshape. They mastered fire, created tools, and began building culture. Around 250,000 years ago, we, modern humans, emerged. With even larger, more complex brains, we learned to cooperate in large groups, communicate complex ideas, and innovate rapidly. We started asking how the world works and why it is the way it is. With every discovery, we asked more questions and moved forward, storing and building on knowledge faster than evolution could shape us with genes. Knowledge compounds. Progress was slow at first, then exponential. Agriculture, writing, medicine, astronomy, philosophy. Then, 200 years ago, science took off, accelerating progress even further. 35 years ago, the internet connected humanity at scale. Today, we live in a world we built for ourselves. By us, for us. This is incredibly new. We often forget how hard it was to get here, how massive the steps on the ladder of intelligence were, and how long the climb took. But once we reached the top, we became the most powerful species on Earth, in an instant. And now, we may be about to change everything again. We're building machines that may surpass us in the very thing that gave us our dominance: intelligence, artificial intelligence. AI is software that performs cognitive tasks using computers, code that uses silicon instead of neurons to solve problems. In the beginning, AI was incredibly simple, just lines of code on paper. Early systems were proof of concepts to show that machines could simulate mental tasks. Only in the 1960s did recognizable AIs appear: a chatbot in 1964, a molecule sorting program in 1965. Slow, highly specialized systems, tools for experts, not everyday users. These were narrow intelligences, the equivalent of flatworms, doing just enough to survive in limited domains. Progress stalled multiple times as researchers lost faith. But just like life adapts to new environments, AI found new opportunities. From 1950 to 2000, computers became a billion times faster, and programming became dramatically easier. By 1972, AI could navigate a room. By 1989, it could read handwritten digits. Still, AI remained a neat trick, no match for human intellect. Until 1997, when an AI beat the reigning world chess champion, a milestone that proved machines could outperform us in highly specialized domains. It was like a bee, simple overall but unbeatable in its niche. Humans would never again defeat AI at chess. As hardware advanced, AI became more useful. In 2004, it helped drive a robot on Mars. By 2011, it began recommending videos on YouTube. But this was still thanks to humans breaking problems into manageable pieces, until we taught AIs to teach themselves. The rise of self-learning machines. Now wait, this isn't a technical video, so here's a huge simplification. Supercomputers plus massive data equals a new era of AI. Researchers began developing neural networks, massive webs of artificial neurons that start out clueless and get trained to improve. They used machine learning, an umbrella term for different techniques that let software improve itself. Here's the unnerving part. We don't fully understand how these systems learn. They're essentially black boxes that just work. The result? A new breed of AI, still narrow, but far more capable. In 2014, Facebook's AI identified faces with 97% accuracy. In 2016, an AI beat the best human players at the ultra-complex game Go. In 2018, a self-trained AI learned chess in just 4 hours by playing itself, then defeated the best chess engine ever made. AI has since been applied to reading, image analysis, test-taking, and more. In many tasks, these systems now outperform humans, but they were still just tools, not game changers. Then came ChatGPT. Trained on much of the internet, it learned to handle language in a way no system before it could. It can summarize, translate, answer questions, and write, better than most humans. It doesn't dominate one specific task, it's just good at all of them. This shocked the world. Tech giants are now pouring billions into AI development. Today, AI is transforming industries. Customer service, banking, healthcare, marketing, content creation, social media, YouTube, and news are flooded with AI-generated content. Elections are likely to be flooded with misinformation. No one knows how much good or harm this shift could bring. Change is scary. There will be winners and losers. One of the biggest challenges today is figuring out how to manage an economy that's rapidly being transformed by AI. And that's just what current AIs can do. Systems like ChatGPT are impressive, but still narrow. It can write you a poem in seconds, but doesn't really understand what it's saying. But what if AIs didn't stay narrow? General AI. What separates humans from current AIs is general intelligence, the ability to absorb knowledge on any topic and apply it to solve a wide range of problems. Humans can do many very different tasks: write, speak, calculate, play games, solve puzzles. AI so far has been like a tool with one setting, excellent in one area, terrible in others. But what if we're close to changing that? What if AI becomes general intelligence, an AGI? If AI keeps improving at the current rate, we could develop machines that outperform us in every mental task. We don't yet know how to build AGI or exactly what it would look like. But if narrow AIs can become experts fast, AGI might be able to learn everything just as quickly. Most AI researchers agree, AGI will likely arrive this century, maybe within just a few years. And humanity is not prepared. Not socially, not economically, not ethically. We defined intelligence as the ability to learn, reason, and solve problems, and AGI would do all these, potentially better than we can. Current systems like ChatGPT already solve certain problems 10 times faster than top humans. AGI could be much faster, and once created, it could be copied infinitely and run in parallel. There are 8 million scientists in the world. Imagine an AGI duplicated 1 million times, all focused, working 24/7 without breaks or distractions. 10 times faster, 1 million times more scale. What if AGIs could take over every job based on intelligence? Law, medicine, engineering, article science, video production. Would the owners of AGI control the entire economy? Or think bigger. Humanity's progress is intelligence applied to problems. What could 1 million AGIs accomplish? Solve fundamental science? Invent new technology? End climate change? Cure aging and disease? But there's also a darker side. Humans use intelligence not only for good. What if AGIs are tasked with guiding weapons, waging war, designing viruses, or making ultra-addictive apps that ruin lives? Creating AGI could be as transformative as fire or electricity, and whoever controls it may control the world. But let's go one step further. Intelligence explosion. Intelligence feeds on itself. Humans evolved the right brain hardware, and our software, language, culture, knowledge, quickly outpaced biology. But AGI would be pure software. Once it can improve itself, the rate of progress may go exponential. This could create a feedback loop. AI improves AI, which makes even better AI without humans involved. Some experts think this could take decades. Others fear it could take months. We simply don't know. The result might be superintelligence, a being beyond our comprehension. We don't know what it would want, how it would think, or if we could ever understand it. To a superintelligence, we may be as unintelligent as squirrels are to us, unable to grasp its thoughts or goals, and that's what scares many people. So far, humanity is the only species to rise above the rest, and we haven't been kind to those we saw as less intelligent. AGI might be our last invention. It could become the most powerful being on Earth, a god in a box, one that could bless humanity with prosperity, safety, and peace, or crush us in pursuit of its goals. We'll explore these futures in later videos. But for now, one thing is certain. Right now, the world's biggest companies are racing to build more powerful AIs. Whatever comes next, we are heading straight into it.